welcome to this demonstration of the new features in Artec Studio 20, particularly scripting and automation. So today we're going to scan a part and take in just a file straight out of the scanner, run an inspection, and process it and get an output report. So Paul's on the call at a different location. I'm here with the Leo. I've got a sample part, and you will show how quickly we can scan something and not have to use any of the editing tools, but simply just plugging the file into our workflow. And the features that the Leo has available for background removal allows us to actually scan this part all the way around. We'll flip the part, scan it a few different ways, and that package will have everything that Paul needs to run an inspection. So let me first show you how quickly we can scan something like this in its entirety with the Leo. I'll share my screen so you can see what the scanner sees. We don't need a computer for this process. We can simply just get the Leo out of the box, scan a part, and upload that file or use a memory card on site. So a part like this, I can actually orient it in a way that lets me scan all the way around it. I have background removal as a feature available to me. I can limit my distance. So this is the same scan. The Leo allows me to use background removal to identify the table, ignore it, and then reorient the previously scanned data to match what the scanner currently sees. And so I'm actually doing an alignment in the scan and completing this scan all the way around. So it allows me to get around the back and any parts that were hidden during the first scan. So I can also pinch in here, take a look, make sure I've got everything scanned. It all looks good. And now I can upload that scan data to the cloud or download it, send it to Paul or for a quick processing and inspection using these new scripting and automation features available in Artec Studio 20.
Okay, so now we're taking a look at my screen. Here you can see I have this Project 63 Leo file. So this is the scan file that Art provided me directly from the Leo. And we've got two things we're looking at. We have our Artec Studio Watcher. So this is something we built here at Geomagic that will process this Leo data automatically into a polygonal mesh. So I'll go ahead and throw that in there. And what we'll see is in the background, it's going to open up Artec Studio, and it's going to run through all of the cleanup, processing, and fusion, as well as export for this file to be exported as a STL mesh where Control X, which we also have running in the background, will identify that file being put into a watch folder, and it'll run an automatic inspection for us. So you can see here down at the bottom, we have Artec Studio running, and we can see that it is currently processing this file for us. All right, and now we can see Control X has picked up that file, and you can see that it's sitting here doing the processing. So just like that, now we have our report. And if we open up our report, we'll get a few different options. So here we can see our demonstration part. So here's the pre-existing CAD model of the object. Here's the file or the part that Art scanned, as well as all of the information that we need for checking deviations, like our 3D comparison, any sort of specific comparison points, as well as their deviations from nominal, and any GD&T or 3D inspections that we're looking for from a visual standpoint, as well as at a tabular level. So we can also here dive even further by directly opening up the Control X project that was saved, or we can look at Control X as it's been running in the background and understand anything about this part that we want to. So in this particular example, we are showing this use case for inspection specific applications, but this can be used in a wide array of applications. So, the ability to batch process scan files, so to be able to put as many scan files as you want to into a folder, allow Artec Studio to process that data without any user input, allows for a lot higher efficiency. So for instance, if we wanted to take scan data, turn that into either a mesh or a point cloud file, and then process that in a software like Mathematica or MATLAB for any sort of research projects, as well as just simple data collection, right? So if you have a large catalog of objects that you need to scan and then save into, say, a server or whatever that application might be, we're able to simply just scan with the Leo, allow this process to run, and then we have our files all saved in a given directory.
So just to summarize, what's exciting here may not look as impressive seeing some of these scripts running, but we now have this ability to preset scan processing in Artec Studio and save it out as a workflow. And we also have a script that we can create that watches a folder. And so when we take a Leo scan off of the scanner, put it in a folder, it could be a number of scans. There's one script that's watching for Artec's, for the Artec Leo projects. It can then run that through that workflow, process it into a mesh, then it outputs it into another folder, which is being watched by Geomagic Control X or any other inspection software. And then that can be processed and inspected using already set up workflow in Control X, and then it outputs your inspection file. So for the price point of the system, for what it can do, the flexibility that it has, this is quite impressive that we can take this existing software in the scanner and automate it in this way. So we're excited about it. We have the ability to modify these scripts to create more of a graphical user interface if that's necessary. But it's kind of finally putting the pieces together to where you can scan and process very quickly. You can cut out a lot of people in the middle, and these scripts can run overnight and saving you a lot of time. You no longer have to click anything or watch anything. We can print out a report saying something was successful or it's failed. So this is really cool stuff here, and we're excited to show you this early version of it.